Welcome to Hacking the Hustle. This is your host, Benjamin Sklar, and today's guest is Abhishek Gupta. How you doing, Abhishek?
I'm doing great, Benji. How are you doing?
It's an honor to have you on the show. For those listening, Abhishek is the CEO of a leading software development company in India, and I hired him years ago to build Forage, which was my startup, and I loved working with his team, loved and respected his leadership, and so it's great to have him on the show today to talk about his company, the web development industry, and the future of India as the tech startup hub of the world. How does that sound, Abhishek?
Oh, that sounds fascinating and really amazing. Thank you for a very warm introduction, Benji. I really miss those times where we used to work day and night to build Forage, and really good time that brings out so much old memories. And now that we are talking after so long, I feel so great to be part of this podcast. So I think also thank you so much for mentioning about India, that it's going to be a future tech hub. I think that is certainly coming out to be true, looking at so many engineers graduating every year and getting into tech industries in India. So definitely it's booming. And also the credibility in the Indian companies right now is also the trust and the faith that the foreign markets are showing in the Indian ecosystem is also significantly improved. So I think looking at that, things are growing at a rapid scale in India, and we hope to be a part of that change and bring some positive impact, not just for the India, but for the world using technology as a solution.
So who are you, Abhishek? You're the CEO of Codebuddy. What is Codebuddy, and why do
So,
people need to know about it?
so CodeBuddy is a software development company, if I have to put it in a, very briefly. And what does we do? We build software. So most of the people want to build a tech company, whether it's a startup or be it an established company who needs technical solutions. They want to scale up their operations or optimize their current technical solutions, but they do not have the technical bandwidth. And even if they do have the technical bandwidth, they do not have the scale to accelerate the development sometimes. Some startups who have the technical team, but after receiving the VC funds, they want to scale up at a rapid scale, but they do not have the bandwidth. They have to hire, and then their peoples are not good enough, then they have to fire. So all these problems are being tackled by us. So they reach out to us, we provide them the consultancy services where we provide our developers, our resources who not just work for them, but they also work with them on their product, they considering it as our product. And we have successfully done that for multiple products in the past, which has been acquired as well as been backed by VCs or being a part of accelerator schools like Y Combinator. So I think that's what that's what we are in a nutshell, that a simple software development company. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you. And why should people want to hire you? Let's say I raise $500,000 from investors in New York to build my startup. Why should I not hire people in the United States or other countries? Why India? Why you, Abhishek?
I think there are multiple reasons. Definitely, every company's says that they have a very good service quality, so that I would put it as first, because most of our clients that we get are by word of mouth, via references. So I think the quality is what we focus a lot. Not only just that, for a US based company, the arbitrage plays a very important role. You do the same amount that you pay to a US engineer, you have to pay a significantly less amount to when you outsource that work to an offshore company in India. Not only just that, we provide end-to-end solution. When a company who have raised fund, they cannot just hire one kind of a resource, right? You cannot just hire a developer and get the job done. You need to also hire a project manager. You also need to hire a QA. Then you also need to hire a designer. Building such a robust team takes time, and time is money. So to save time, you end up approaching companies like us who have successfully done that job in the past. So that is the precise reason why you should hire. No, and also I believe for any company who is raising money, it is more important to hire companies that have past experience working in their domain. For example, if a company who comes out and works in a similar industry like Forage, right? In that case, if they approach us because we have past experience of working in a similar product, we will be able to guide them better. However, if somebody comes in from, let's say, right now we are not into Web3 and we do not have any significant exposure in crypto. If they come and reach out to us and ask us to build a software in crypto, we will ourselves deny them, because we know we do not have that expertise at the moment. But if anybody is coming out looking to build an insurtech solution, a tech solution, or a SaaS-based business model of something like Forage, we are the best and the go-to person for them, because we have successfully proven our credibility in these industries and domains. So I think a lot of factors, but mostly it is the past experience of the company, and how good services do you provide. I think that plays a significant role.
For those listening, Forage, which Abhishek built, is an online marketplace where companies can hire foragers, freelancers, to attend conferences on their behalf to generate leads. So a two-sided online marketplace. Abhishek built it. It's still live. It still exists today. And we'll see what the future holds for the company. So Abhishek, I want to change topics and talk about India. When I look at LinkedIn and I see polls that are run about which country is the future of technology, China, the United States, Israel, India. India always has the vast majority of votes on these polls. So clearly something is going on with India that people are aware of. What do you think it is? Why is India so important today?
I think it's not just one factor. I think it's multiple factors, starting with the government policies and approach. I think our government is pushing Digital India, and a lot Digital India, and not just Digital India, but Startup India as well. I think these policies are playing a significant role in the mindset of the common people. Not apart from that, I think the engineers who are graduating right now these days are becoming more and more tech savvy, and they are finding it like more easy to work with such technologies. And it's obviously a very good paying job as well compared to others. So I think the focus area of the engineers who is graduating are now more towards computer science and technology than other industries. Like if I go back 20 years back, people were more focused on mechanical jobs, mechanical engineering and civil, I think. But nowadays, mostly people who are looking to take up engineering, they are choosing the IT and the computer science as their domain. So I think these three are the major, these two are the one of the major factor, because I think it's the youth of the country who contributes to whatever happening in the country, and it's the government policies that backs them up. So these are the two primary reasons. Another thing that I think a lot of emerging startups have come out of India in the last few years. If you look at e-commerce giants like Flipkart, they are giving very tough competition to global players like Amazon, and then Ola is giving a very tough competition to Uber. So not only this, that homegrown startups like Zomato, Swiggy, the food delivery startups, they are doing really good. And there are many other small startups who are playing a significant role. And I think looking at these success stories of these startups, there is a budding entrepreneur in every home and in every nook and corner of the country that further leads to the acceleration of these, technical growth of and the mindset of the people in this country. So I think these are the primary reasons why it is accelerating and driving the entire tech hub for the India.
Well, I would love to partner with you, Abhishek, and help bring America, Israel, and India together to help accelerate and grow the tech connections between us.
Of course, I think we already tried that doing with Forage. Unfortunately, it did not work that time, but I'm sure someday it will work. Just so that I want the audience to know, I was just an enabler to build the Forage, but it was a brainchild of Mr. Benji, and it was his brainchild, which excited me at that time, and I was very excited to partner with him. But yeah, it was just a matter of time that we couldn't float that. But yes, it's never a no. We can always come back and do it.
And I think one of the biggest lessons I've learned from Forge is it was an idea that I had to build a product. I raised $150,000 for the idea. I started the legal entity, a Delaware corporation. I recruited a team, but the idea itself was never really tested. I never knew who my user was, what the problem I was solving. So if you're listening and you're interested in having your own startup, you really should read a book called The Lean Startup Method, which is all about testing your hypothesis and approaching your startup with the scientific method as if it was an experiment. Because before you waste so much time and hire someone like Abhishek to build you software, you should really figure out that it's going to be worth it. What do you think about that, Abhishek?
I think very well said. It's always good to test your market before diving into this. And you can, there are multiple ways you can do it. Now you can develop your prototypes without writing a single line of codes. That is what, company like our helps you as well. We just don't do the development. So there was a company that came to us with an idea, and we didn't believe in the idea because we were also a little skeptic. We were not that it won't work, and we were also not like it will work. So we suggested them, you get the prototype ready. We built the prototype for them without writing a single line of code, with just designs and prototyping. And with that, they took it out to the market, their potential customers, got a lot of feedback, improvised their business model, pivoted a bit. Then we built a sustainable solution on the top of it. Hopefully, we launch that in a couple of months, and let's see if that works out for them. So I think that's always and should be the approach, that you build a prototype first, get it tested using your potential customers, get some feedback, and always be open to take feedback. I have seen a lot of young entrepreneurs and startups saying that, no, my idea is unique, I'm not comfortable sharing that. I think that should never be the case. Look at you, look at me, we are so openly discussing all the ideas. That's how and what you should be doing, because more your idea is being shared, more feedback you can receive. And it's always about the execution at the end of the day whenever you are talking about any idea. Because I don't think of any idea that has not been executed in this world so far. So I think it's more important about how you are planning to execute it. And the first step is to do a prototyping and take it out to your customers, get some constructive feedback, and make necessary changes, and keep on repeating the cycle till you hit the spot.
What's some advice that you have for people who are looking to hire software developers abroad, like in India, like you? And yeah, what's your advice for them?
I think the primary advice is look for the relevant experience of the company that you're looking to hire. For example, if I am building a crypto-based company and I need someone to build a crypto services for me, I would look for companies who have already experience in doing that. If I am building a dating app, or if I'm building a SaaS-based model, then I would look for companies like us who have already done that, because relevant experience is perhaps the most crucial and important part that you need, because that's what helps you save time. For example, if anybody is building a mobile app, right, we would say we are the best choice for them. Why? Because we know how to handle Apple and Google. They have become very notorious in terms of publishing apps, and not just notorious might be not the right word, but I think they have their own challenges when it comes to publishing the app. If you do not follow a single protocol or that they enlist, right, where you have to follow different guidelines whenever you publish an app, and if anything breaks, they will not allow you to publish. So not everybody is aware of so many, different processes that requires to build, especially when you are building a payment method in the apps in-app purchase system, because you have to use the Apple in-app purchases and Google in-app purchases, and they take 30% commissions at least, right? That's a huge cost. So you need someone who has the expertise of bypassing and saving the cost on and enabling your customers to provide that service to their end customers without charging anything extra.
Right. What are your goals as the CEO of a software company with, last time we talked, over 40 employees? What's the vision you have for the future?
Right now, our focus is, I think, threefold. One is we are looking to increase our team strength to at least 100 people by the end of next 1 year. Hopefully, we'll be able to achieve that feat with the way we are going right now. The next thing that we want to explore new technical areas that I was talking about to you with before this session. Like, we have not started working in crypto and web 3.0. That is what, and meta as well. So this is what our team is already being trained on those technologies. So very soon we'll start working on that technologies as well. And I think these are the primary two objectives as what I want to where I want to take this company in the direction. Another one that has always been a part of me is want to build a product of my own within the service company. But I'm not going to rush for that. I'm just going to wait for the right time, the right idea to come where I can invest my time and my full attention. So once that day comes, I'm definitely going to take that part as well in the company's journey.
So as you know, I'm a lawyer and I work at a law firm. And I see there's a lot of opportunity to create software solutions to help streamline the processes that we go through in preparing the legal documents that we file with the US government, the Securities and Exchange Commission. So I might reach out to you in the years ahead to create a product to help prepare registration statements for companies. And I think there's an opportunity. So stay posted, okay?
Of course, in fact, we have recently built a product for a legal company as well, where it was a remote online notarization platform where a user can come in and just get their notarization done remotely online without being physically present there. And all the documents are certified, stored digitally with all the certifications and all. So I think legal tech is one of the hottest area. I think there's a lot of scope for improvement and technical adoption. So I would say, but yeah, looking for the right opportunity, as you said.
You live in Kolkata, which
Right.
is near Bangladesh,
Mhm.
very far away from New Delhi, Mumbai. What's the difference in the India ecosystem between the major cities?
I think it was a lot earlier, but I think now it is getting narrow because earlier the southern part of the India was more technically enabled and was more technically empowered. But I think now it is getting neutralized after COVID-19 because everyone started working from home. So I don't see much of a difference right now, but still I think the southern part is little more advanced than the other regions, but I think it's not too much of a difference. And as a country, I think we all are one. So I think it's all same for us.
If I gave you $100 million to invest only in Indian companies, where would you invest?
I would invest that in Codebuddy.
In your company. Okay. Besides your company, what's some insight you can share, some trends that you see in the market?
I think it's a very tricky question that you have asked. I wasn't expecting that. But I think I cannot name you a company, but I can tell you the areas which I would like to invest. I would like to invest it on uh, mostly EV companies. I think that's where a lot of electric vehicles, a lot of potentials are. Then agri-tech is something that I'm quite interested in, agriculture, because I think India has a massive scope for improvement in this domain. If you would have asked this question to me a couple of years back, I would have heavily very bullish on ed tech industry, but I think not anymore. But I think my another industry will be insurtech industry. I think insurance industry has grown significantly in India, but I think there's still room for a little bit more improvement. So I would invest a little bit on insurtech. So I think these three are good enough for the start. And yeah, I think let's that would cut it all for the time.
If someone asked you for advice about how to start their own web development agency, their own software development agency, what would you tell them?
I just tell them to start with one client at a time and ensure that see, anybody can start any company at any point of time, but what distinguish you from other is how uh, you know critical you are with the small things. So when we started up, there were a lot of players already in the market, and a lot of people said that you will not be able to make a name for yourself in this ecosystem because there's already a lot of there, right? Everyone is still bleeding money, and there's a lot of competition out there. But we had one very clear thing in our mind, that we will be very critical about choosing our clients, and whoever we choose to work with, we will ensure that we'll provide them the best of the best service so that they have no complaints. And I think that's what we have tried to do. I'm not sure how successful we are, but so far we have received good feedback from all our clients, and I think this is the reason why we are talking here as well.
Yes,
So you've been a part of Codebuddy portfolio as well. So I think we are still talking, and I think you have been satisfied with the services. So I think that was the main thing. Many people, what do they do to scale up fast? They don't focus on the fundamentals, and they just want to grow fast. But we took our time. We took our initial first few years were a little slow, and we were okay with that because we knew that we had to lay down a very strong foundation, and based on that we want to build a big we want to grow, because that will be a sustainable model. So I think for anybody who wants to run any company, not just a service company, what you need to ensure, you take one thing at a time, do it very well before moving on to other. Like, as I said, we are now planning to move to Web 3.0. Why are we doing so late when other companies have already started doing it? Because we wanted to ensure once we go there with full dedication, and we have full control over what we are providing that to our clients. We don't want to go there half-heartedly. So I think whatever you do best. I think that's the mantra for anybody to succeed in any venture.
Few more questions, Abhishek. What do you think is something that Americans do not understand about India that you wish they did?
Well, I think the quality of the engineers that India have now, I think that is at par with, or maybe at some point, better than what Americans provide. I think earlier that notion was not there, but I think now it's been changing, because right now the pace that with which the Indian tech ecosystem is growing, I think that is pushing out a lot of good engineers. So now they are competing with the American engineers. And I think another thing which I strongly feel that is emerging now is the product which is coming out of India are really remarkable and great, that can be used by the consumers all over the world, which was not the case few years back, in my opinion. There were some great products as well, but now the numbers are increasing. So I think these two things are rapidly changing.
All right, a few more questions. How can people find you if they want to reach out?
I think they can go to our website and simply reach out to us. But I think most of the people reach out to us via references. So if somebody is providing them any reference, they can obviously share our email ID, but they can go to our website, reach out to us from there. I think that's the easiest way for them to reach.
Perfect. All right, my last question that I ask everybody: if there was one thing you could do to improve this world, what would you do and why?
These are not so easy questions to answer, Benji. But I think transparency of the information. I'm not sure. I think there are so many. I think right now the problem that I'm struggling is there's so many information out there in the internet, right? That it's hard to figure out the right information. What is the right information? I think this is one of the that includes also fake news, because many times happen, someone sends me a message or a news or an article, right, and then it appears to be a fake one. So I think this is a very critical issue. I think that needs to be solved, and I don't know how is it going to be solved at the moment. But I think too much information and fake informations are one of the biggest issue of the today's world. And if that can be tackled in a nice way, I think that will definitely make the world a very better place. I think along with that, multi-planetary exploration is something that is definitely required in the coming days, because I think the way we are consuming the natural resources and polluting the ecosystem, I think that is not going to be sustainable for long. I think these are the two things that I believe if these things can be controlled or can be developed, I think the world will be a very peaceful, much better place to live in than the current. Because I think every emotions and every action is being triggered by information that you receive from here and there, right? And most of the time, the wrong information or the made up information that you receive triggers wrong reactions to that. So I think that should be controlled, and I think the government and the entrepreneurs from all the world should join their hands and fight towards it. And I think multi-planetary exploration is something that I think many companies have started doing it, but we all know that very few companies will be able to take a lead. So let's hope that they're able to do that.
I'm into that. I'm curious, how does the average Indian entrepreneur think about America?
I think they have a great respect for country like America, because I'm sure America has produced many successful products in the past, many great entrepreneurs, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Mark, Elon, many. These are just to name a few. Michael Dell. I was just reading his book. I think Play Nice But Win. It was a fantastic book. I haven't yet finished it, but I think it was a great book to read, and I would recommend to all the readers out here. So I think there's a lot of respect for Americans out there and the American companies, and I think all everyone has that ambitions that their products are being also used by Americans out there. So even if I build a product someday, I would definitely want not only just Indians to use, but also people in Israel and Americas as well to use. So I think every country, every people want that. So I think that's what.
All right, last question, Abhishek, which is the most important one. How can I and my community help you?
I think if anybody ever reaches out to you and asks you for anything that you believe we can help, I think that's because as I said, most of our business is based on reference. So because you have a first-hand experience of working with us, I think you are the best person to tell them about the thing that we do here. I think that is the only thing that we expect from you. Apart apart from that, what I expect from you is to come to India with Ollie, because I'm so excited to meet Ollie. Just so that I want to let the users know Ollie is a son of Benji, who is hardly 3 months old, 4 months old. How old is he? Yeah, he's 6 months old. Benji has been hiding him from me for so long, but finally I got to meet him today, and I'm so excited to meet him in person. So I really want you to come to India, Benji, with Ollie very soon. If not, then definitely I'll try to come there and meet him in person.
Sounds good, Abhishek. I'm so happy that we made this happen. It's so nice to see you. And I'm really happy that you're so successful and doing so well.
Well, I think this is just the start. I don't think myself is very successful, but yes, we have to work hard and keep on pushing our milestones. But yeah, it was really nice interacting with you. I think we are meeting after maybe a year or so after that, and things have changed so much in such a short time. But for good for both of us, I guess. But yeah, I wish you all the best as well.
Goodbye, Abhishek.
Thank you, Benji. Have a good one.
See ya.